Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of RWBY. This is Volume 7, Episode 2, A New Approach. Last time, RWBY got arrested. Well, the whole team. Everybody. Not just RWBY. Um, and we got to see the intro. Just a lot of cool stuff. I didn't even notice. I was so excited about something. I didn't even notice in the intro they had Oscar versus Ironwood for a little bit. I'm super happy about that. And then, the other thing, I haven't seen anybody talking about this, but Neo and Cinder, there's nothing about them in this trailer or in the opening. So I'm wondering if they're gonna be held off for like Volume 8 down the line, or is it gonna be like a surprise thing? Because they were heading to Alice too, so I don't know if we're gonna get any of them this season. Maybe they're traveling this whole time and they don't make it until the end of the volume or something. Um, but yeah, there's just no mention of them at all, so I'm curious to see if they're going to play a part at all. I don't think Emerald or Mercury or anybody that's in Salem's squad, besides Tyrion and Watts, I don't think anyone is going to be a big player this volume. From what it looks like, it's going to be a lot of internal Civil War kind of stuff, especially with there's like the elections coming up with that white-haired lady. There's the Schnee thing going on, so I think there's gonna be a lot more internal problems they're gonna deal with, and then maybe next volume we'll deal with like Salem Squad. But yeah, I just want to mention that. Anyways, let's get into this. I'm excited. I've waited long enough. Convicted felons.
Where do you think they're taking us?
Nora, just give it up.
I'm gonna go with jail.
I still can't believe that fishing pole guy took us out like it was nothing.
Welcome to Atlas. Those were Ironwood's ace operatives.
Who's
You
that?
guys had a run-in with the Aesops? Ironwood must really have a bone to pick with you.
They're not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal? The Aesops are the elite of elite military huntsmen. And Ironwood's personal attack dogs.
So they got you too, huh?
I wouldn't let myself get caught by them. I'm here because I've been speaking out against Atlas's exploitation of Mantle, and General Ironwood is trying to silence me.
You threw a brick at her ship.
It's worth it if it gets people talking about our cause.
Our cause?
Yes, the fight for better conditions in Mantle, led by the charismatic, talented, lovely Robin Hill and her happy huntresses.
Someone else called it in her reaction that her name's gonna be Robin Hill based on Robin Hood.
Chose to stay in Mantle. She's gunning
Oh,
for a seat on
RWBY.
the Kingdom's Council, and when she gets it, she's gonna put an end to Ironwood's tyranny.
Happy huntresses.
Is that their real name? Don't you think tyranny's a little dramatic?
Oh, what's the Robin Hood and his merry men,
Easy
the happy
to
huntresses.
say for a Schneeberris living comfortably up in Atlas.
Not anymore. Whoa, it's gorgeous up here. Don't let that fool you.
This isn't the police station.
It's
The Royal Palace?
Atlas Academy.
Oh. Well, yeah. Isn't Ironwood also the headmaster, so obviously. It's really cool.
I guess we will be seeing the general. For better or worse.
Yeah, I don't talk a lot about environment design, but this is really
So,
there's
what
part
do
of
we
why
do?
I don't talk about environment design. I get cut off all the time.
But we should be careful with what we say. We'll follow your lead, Ruby.
I mean, I would just start with, hey, Oscar is Ozpin. I know they don't trust Ironwood, but like, if he knew that Oz is still alive, I think he'd
I swear if I had to see
fall back in
one
line.
more council meeting like that.
Yay, you're here!
Eh. Ooh.
Winter. Anyone want to give us a hand with these?
You have 10 seconds to take those off before I start hurting you.
Ooh.
Please, come in.
See,
It is so good to see you
you
all.
guys are being all catastrophic
Our
about
reception
this whole
didn't
thing.
really convey that.
I sincerely regret how you were treated by my team. When a rogue airship entered our airspace, it raised some red flags. We assumed the ship was stolen.
Stolen? Okay, yeah, it was stolen.
You stole an Atlas airship?
Ironwood's so amused by all
What were
of
you
this.
thinking? You might have been shot down. How unbelievably irresponsible.
I'm sorry I worried you. But we did what we had to do.
I suppose I understand. But I cannot believe that you allowed this to happen, Crow.
You try stopping these kids when they have their minds set on something. Speaking of which, we have some important information for you that's confidential.
Oh, is it about the relics?
Or perhaps the Winter Maiden?
You told them?
That's a good thing, right?
Did you really think you were the only one who got to work on a new plan after Beacon? With Ozpin gone, I needed my own team of people I could trust. So yes, I told them. The Aesops too. Which is why
Okay.
I'm so glad you're here. With this. Until now, I believed it was impossible to truly turn the tide against Salem. Oz has pushed her back, has kept victory out of her claws, but she will keep returning.
Yeah.
Stronger and stronger. Unless we destroy her.
But you guys know that you can't also.
But what about the Atlas relic?
You mean the Staff of Creation?
It's safe inside the vault.
And the Winter Maiden?
She
Okay.
is secure and in stable condition.
Stable condition? What does
She's
that
Yeah.
not exactly a spring chicken.
What? She's an old woman?
I know how this all looks. Recalling my military, the embargo, I probably don't seem the most trustworthy right now.
Then why continue it?
The people of Mantle are hurting.
I needed to ensure Salem couldn't infiltrate Atlas, and I wanted my military here, protecting my people.
But it's not protecting them. It's making everyone hate you.
It's a price I'm willing to pay. Just as you all have been entrusted with the knowledge of Salem's existence, I need you all to trust me. I have a plan. Ozpin believed the best way to fight Salem was to do so in secret. Whether that was the right choice or not isn't for me to say, but we find ourselves in a position of needing, well, a new approach.
And what do you suggest?
I'm just waiting for Ozpin to show himself
That's-
now.
Amity
Seems like he's
Coliseum,
trying to
where the Vital Festival is held?
Indeed.
step
When
over
Beacon
him, you know.
fell and everyone on Remnant lost contact with one another, I knew our current system was outdated. Amity was built to bring the nations together,
Yeah.
and it will serve that purpose once again.
What, you're gonna do like Noah's Ark? You're gonna make a new tower on it?
Isn't it great? We're not going to just replace Beacon Tower. Building a new tower on top of Amity Coliseum will re-establish global communications.
By launching the tower high into the atmosphere, our scientists believe we can create a sort of satellite. Out
Yeah.
of reach of the Grim and capable of maintaining global communications even if we were to lose another tower.
Okay.
That is great.
James, you don't need the entire military for this.
I will for the next part, where I finally tell the people about Salem.
Hmm.
So that's why you withdrew your troops. To handle a panic that will break out in Atlas.
Yes, panic is inevitable, and panic brings grim, but I believe we are ready. Once Atlas has come to grips with the fight ahead, I'll
I
use
don't
Amity
know.
Tower to
Like,
spread
I've
the
always
message to
trusted
all
Ironwood. I
our
think
remnants.
But everything will fall apart.
he's
RWBY will be
he's very
everywhere.
smart.
You're right.
But
But Atlas is willing and prepared to assist.
like the way they built
Trying
him
to hide
up,
the truth from the
they make
world
it sound like
will
he's
eventually kill
unhinged,
us all.
and obviously it's not gonna work out. But like on paper, I'm with Ironwood.
Oz spent his whole life, many lives, keeping this secret.
I know. But since Beacon, things have changed. Without him here to guide us, all I can do is use my best judgment.
Is he gonna reveal himself, Oscar?
What is it?
Actually, Oz isn't completely gone.
Oscar here is the next Ozpin.
Oz? I am so glad you're here. I didn't think you...
Not quite. He's kind of, gone
Hiding.
at the moment.
That's not normal. How did he...
We don't know. We were in a train crash, and ever since, well, suddenly Oz wasn't there anymore.
They're not telling about Salem.
It's the worst news yet. Did you learn anything from him about the relics before...
He told us the lamp can answer 3 questions. But all the questions were used up already.
Interesting.
Right, right.
Very interesting. They're keeping that secret away from him.
Ozpin told us that too, once upon a time. At least we have you, Oscar. You're safe here in Atlas. Maybe together we can figure out how to bring Ozpin back.
Thank you, sir. I mean, General. Ironwood?
Interesting. I don't know how that would change the game if he knew about Salem and that she can't be defeated.
You're giving it back to me?
Are they afraid that he'll go
After what happened
unhinged
with the
completely?
Aesopes, I don't want you to think I'm keeping anything from you. Especially something as important as this.
Jesus.
For the time being, I think
He's
it's
such a
safest if people
good-hearted
don't.
guy. It's just...
Thank you.
It's interesting too, because he's the Tin Man. The Tin Man doesn't have a heart, right?
We must work together if we are to fight Salem.
Like, he has a good heart, but he's also heartless. It's interesting dichotomy.
If you're all on board,
Damn.
Tell us how we can help.
good. Because getting the Amity Tower ready to launch won't be easy. But first, I think we need to get those weapons of yours up to our standards.
Remember, this is Atlas. While assisting the military, we will provide you with the best equipment our scientists can devise.
Nice.
Yeah!
So that was the second time I got banned. Then there was the third time.
All right, cut the chatter.
Rip. Oh, God.
I'd like to sincerely apologize for the miscommunication down in Mantle. We didn't intend to...
So bad, honestly. If we had known who you were, we'd be laughing over
God.
a hot meal right now and...
I understand. You were just following orders.
I mean, you could have asked us some questions first.
Questions are for the weak. But we're all on the same team now. Not that I'm happy about it.
We just wanted to say we're sorry, and that we're looking forward to working with you on our next mission. You might be students, but you've been fighting just as hard as we have, if not harder.
Exactly why I'm looking forward to seeing what you kids can do.
Not everything's a competition, Hare.
Come
What's
on,
up with that
let
dude?
me show you around campus.
He looks like an alien.
Pro,
Uh-oh. A word?
I meant it when I said it was good to see you again.
Yeah. You too.
Are you hitting on me? What the heck? Now kiss.
So that way's the cafeteria.
Oh my god.
And that way's the training rooms. Oh, and over there are the classrooms.
They want the
This all
bedrooms.
looks great, honey. But where are we staying?
Remember, you're in Atlas now. As the most well-funded school on Remnant, every team at Atlas Academy gets their own room. And if that wasn't enough,
So we're staying in the dorms?
it'll be just like Beacon again!
Gonna get some about Robin. Is that Watts? Just walking around and...
For the last time, a singular hideout makes us more susceptible to discovery.
But what if we're seen? What if we're recognized?
We stay mobile.
Walking around a city with 1,000 eyes.
While cybersecurity has been stepped up in Atlas, as usual, none of the code was updated in Mantle.
I got Watts.
That certainly sounds useful.
It should be. I helped write that code, after all.
Yeah. Why'd they think it was gonna be safe when they didn't even check to like upgrade their... Oh, I don't want Salem to infiltrate Mantle. Yeah. Yeah, so again, I don't really talk about it a lot, but I do love the environment design. Like, there's the disparity. Last episode, I really loved the, like I said, industrial look of Mantle, and then you go here to where it's much more sci-fi, like giant spires and towers and all the glowing lights, and there's like the Aurora Borealis in the sky. Awesome stuff. Okay, well, I think the big thing here is what... I don't know. I have such like a soft spot personally for Ironwood that I trust him. Like I know because of the way that the story should be written, like storytelling wise, it makes sense for him to his plan to not work, and I understand that. But also like I think it's a very solid plan. Like get the tower up in the sky, tell the world about Salem so that she loses some of that fear factor, and then go from there. But, you know, like I said, just from a storytelling perspective, obviously that's not going to work. We have more ground to cover. We've only got 2 relics so far, so obviously something's going to go wrong with that plan. I found it very interesting that RWBY is following in Oz's path. You know, they discussed about not telling Ironwood everything until they figure out what's going on. And it seems that they decided they still don't trust him fully because they did not tell him about the fact that Salem can't be defeated for one. They lied about the relic. You know, they lied about how Oz hid away because it was due to the fact that they learned about his backstory and all that stuff. You know, they told about Oscar and Ozpin at least, but they hid the fact that the specificities about what happened, which is very interesting. What else happened? Aesop's been curious to learn about them, to see how much of a toadies they are. I've seen some theories that they're going to be, that they might be controlled by Watts in the end somehow, like misled, misdirected basically, and used as pawns for the bad guys. I could see that happening. And then Robin Hill, and the Happy Huntresses, was that what it's? I want to see that happen. Hopefully next episode they're gonna delve into that storyline a little bit because, yeah, I mean it's already 2 episodes in and we haven't even seen a glimpse of what's going on with them. You know, I'm gonna have to rewatch it in the editing, but they talked a little bit about her and her standpoint. She's obviously fighting for better rights in Mantle and all that stuff. Um, but just sort of how does that play into the larger picture as a whole, I guess. Again, it's probably just going to lead to a Civil War storyline kind of thing, which is probably going to throw some wrenches into what's happening there. Tyrion and Watts are in town already. Again, if you guys are trying to protect Mantle from Salem, why wouldn't you do? Well, I know that specifically trying to say they don't want Atlas to be infiltrated. I get that, but you got to start with the ground up. You know, you got your air forces in line, that's fine, but you got to start with the whole. You're tethered to Mantle, so like you got to get your base base in secured. You know, so I would have like upgraded Mantle security already. Also, they did a little bit. They have troops on the ground there. It's just I don't get why they wouldn't upgrade security systems too, like cybersecurity. Um, Very interesting that Penny and Winter are involved, and same with the Aesops. They're all in the know, which is it's gonna expedite things. We don't have to do that whole explaining things over and over again. Um, is there anything else I want to talk about? Not really. I'm excited. This episode again. It was not slow, but it was just a lot of exposition, getting us filled in into the current situation on both mindsets of the parties. Um, so I keep rubbing my eye. But it's a good jumping off point to the next episode. And hopefully we'll dig into the meat of stuff, new characters, plot lines going on, and finally just get into Volume 7. I think right now it's a bit of a transitional period of we're still doing this leftover game of the relay race, like getting to Atlas and then getting caught up with old friends. So I'm just ready for them to do something, I guess. But yeah, it hasn't been bad so far. I'm just waiting for something to happen, I guess. But yeah, post your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think of this episode? Um, are you with Ironwood or are you with Team RWBY? Like I said, I have a soft spot in my heart. The logical part of me knows that the way that stories go, this isn't going to work out. But I do think Ironwood's plan is pretty solid. Like I don't know what I would have done otherwise if I had my own choices to make in the show. Um, but yeah, we'll see how it all unfolds. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll check out RWBY next time.